Thank you all for gathering today to hear me speak about eating disorders. First, I will be talking about warning signs and symptoms of people who may have an eating disorder. First, there's many different kinds of eating disorders, like anorexia, bulimia, and body dysmorphia are the three top most noticeable. People who have eating disorders will usually focus in a lot on dieting, exercising, and food restriction. People who have anorexia will focus in more on the depriving themselves of food more than like other types which I could get into, but they mostly just starve themselves, which slowly makes their body shut down. So they're technically like slowly killing themselves. Bulimia is a disorder where people will eat whatever they want or however much they want, and then force themselves to throw it up so that they don't retain the calories. Um, and then body dysmorphia is just a disease where people think that they appear bigger than they are. Um, that's how it works in most cases. It can be the opposite. You can think that you're actually skinnier than you are, but in a lot of cases, people will think that they weigh more or they're bigger because their mind is just wired different. Um, like I said, those are all the different types, but there is one other type that is it fo- it's more like they don't want to starve themselves, but they have a fear that like they're gonna choke on food. So naturally, their body just slowly, like kind of like anorexia, but not. They don't want to starve themselves. Body image and how it plays in with eating disorders. It can be very difficult to understand why somebody has an eating disorder. And a lot of times people will see like a super skinny girl and just automatically think that they're anorexic. But a lot of people don't understand that you can be a bigger size and still be diagnosed with anorexia or any other eating disorder. And just because it's not noticeable does not mean that they don't have it. Overeating is another type of eating disorder, and stress eating is another big one. So if somebody is really stressed out, they could make tons and tons and tons of like cookies and sit down and eat them all in one sitting. And they can do multiple things with that. They can make themselves throw up like people with bulimia do, or they can just keep eating and keep eating. Then they are overweight. Um, and the way people's brains are wired when they have certain eating disorders is very difficult to understand. So other people can look at you and think, oh, like she's so pretty or she's perfect, and in their head, it's not like that. Like it's a whole schedule of like when they can work out. They're constantly worried about how they're gonna burn off calories, and they're constantly worried about like how they're gonna eat, what they're gonna eat, and when their next meal is gonna be, and it a lot of times goes unnoticed until it's too late. And there are a lot of people who die. Like I think it's every 62 every 62 minutes somebody dies from an eating disorder, and that's in most cases anorexia because their body is slowly shutting down because they're depriving themselves. Some facts about health when you have an eating disorder: people's skin like will tend to turn yellow, so like the pigment in their skin will start to deteriorate, and their teeth, like if you have bulimia, the what is it, like acidic like acid, your stomach acid in your stomach, will sit on your teeth and will start to like erode your teeth and your enamel. And if you like your hair will start to become coarse and it will break. So it's very it's hard to detect it because they can hide it very well, but they'll tend to wear like people who have anorexia will wear like big baggy warm clothes so that they can stay warm because you get really cold. Um, and fine hairs will start to grow all over your body, like little tiny blonde hairs, and it's called Lulingo, something I can't pronounce it, but it grows like on your face and on your arms and just all over the place because your body is trying to keep it warm, but that's not until like super extremely far down the road. Um, but yeah, so I just remember from it. So